Hi, it's Mark Marmer from Signature Electric. So we're just around the back of our shop. These are a couple of the cars that we use sort of on a day-to-day basis. So we have charging here for, frankly, people could come from the public, or we use them for our own fleet during the day when we need it. And what I wanted to talk to you about today was whether you should get the car first or the charger first, right? It was never a problem before. When you were ready to go get a car, you went, and your biggest concern was what color it's going to be. Off you went to the gas station, there was no issue. But coming home, or wherever home happens to be, or however you're going to charge, now we have this new charging component to deal with. So frankly, I don't think you need me to tell you that kind of the obvious thing is it would be better to have the charger before the car came, right? So I come home, and that first night, I don't have to worry about it. I charge up my car, and I'm ready to go, and I'm fully enjoying the experience. Especially if you've got a single family home, it's really a no-brainer. The cost is not that high. Get it organized in advance, and usually it can happen pretty fast. It's not that often that we're getting the cars in such a hurry that we haven't got time to. But let's look at that possibility. Let's think about the single family home for a minute. What happens if the car did come fast? I just had an opportunity and I haven't had a chance to get the charger in. What could I do? So most of the cars come with something that can be plugged into the wall. We call it a level 1. With the 120, it's a relatively slow charge. But even that charge might manage 50 or 60 kilometers overnight. That might actually be enough to sort of get you moving and get you going. And frankly, sometimes people almost manage that way. I don't find it that functional because I would rather be able to have a little bit more, know that I've kind of got the full battery in the morning and never have to worry. But it could be something that you're using as a stepping stone to get it ready. And not every car anymore, but most cars come with something like that. And it's a handy thing as well. If you're away, you're at a cottage or whatever, where the car's sitting for a couple of days, that sort of level 1 thing might work. Okay, so I've got a single family home. That's straightforward. I put it in. What am I going to do if I'm in a condominium or an apartment? These are a bit more challenging. We do a lot of these condominiums. You might need a little bit more lead time. You may find it's going to be a little harder to have happen. It takes more time to organize it. You've got to deal with a condo board and what have you. But maybe you're in an apartment building and frankly, you're never going to have a charger. And we have situations like this as well. Maybe you have an employer like this. Clyde, who drives the Ioniq, he's got charging at home, but I don't think he uses it very often. He's perfectly fine. He comes here, and the Ioniq's got a fair bit of range, and this works just fine for him. My her husband's got charging at work, and she's got charging at work, and she manages that way. So that's a possibility. I think a lot of the places that I see where I'm in the condos, they're still managing with public charging. So if somehow you're willing to sit a couple of times a week, it all depends on how much you drive. If you're willing to sit a couple of times a week for a half an hour or so, or work it into your schedule at a public charger, you could manage that way. Hopefully over time, what's going to happen is the public chargers will become better, things will become faster, the batteries will work better, and we'll start to have sort of a very close to this 5 or 6 minute gas station experience. But that's sort of future focus. We'll figure out what we're going to do today. I just wanted to point out that while the question seems very simple, sometimes these answers are more complicated, and having an expert on your side to guide you through the process and make it easier so you don't have to learn everything from scratch at the beginning, I think is very useful. So hopefully this was the answers seem useful. You're getting some value out of it. I'm going to kind of try to think about other questions. If you've got a question that you want answered, why don't you ask me? Go to the website, signatureelectric.ca, click and say, I saw Mark answering this question, please answer this question, and we'll put together a video. Because if you're interested in it, I promise you other people are interested in it as well. Thanks very much. I'm glad we're catching like the last little bit of the warm weather, so I still got my short sleeves on. I didn't have to stand out here in the snow. Thanks very much for joining us, and we look forward to connecting and being of service and helping to advance this sort of EV movement in the world.